Good evening, our people again. Welcome to the Myers TV, and thank you for always following us. Tonight again, we are here to discuss issues that will be very helpful for our everyday activities. So, as we're waiting for our guests and co-hosts to join tonight's program, tonight I just want to take us through last night's the recap for Wednesday, Thursday. I hope some people would like actually remember what we. So on Wednesday, which was April 1st, we were discussing the topic leadership start with you taking personal responsibility. And our guest for that day was so amazing. He was so good. He was so kind to the extent he says some few things that we need to take home. I hope you are following the show. Always make sure you have your book, your notepad, that you take that even tomorrow if you forget, you have to go back to help you like to set your daily routine. Maybe sometimes when you'll be like you'll be busy, but at times if you jot down things, like during your less busy time you go through it to review. And one thing our guest for that night he said leadership starts or true leadership starts with individual with discipline yourself. So being a leader is not just a title, but being a leader you need to be disciplined. Discipline aspects are lot. Before you discipline others, one thing you need to do is discipline yourself. Discipline yourself, the way you talk to people, the way you utter words, the way you lead people in the sense like leader is not a monopoly, like everything you say should be followed. No, Length will rest. Okay, okay, okay. So just conclude that. Sorry, my co-host for tonight just joined. So now we are waiting on our guest. While waiting on our guest, we will ask our co-host for tonight's show to introduce himself. Thank you.
Thank you, and happy weekend to you, Kebe, and that of my dear brother Mas. Yeah, how are you guys doing? How are you?
I'm good for my end, and Ali is having an amazing week. Very
Right.
good.
Mas, how about you, though?
Hello, I hope you guys are getting me.
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm doing good by the special grace of God. So I
Yeah,
just let you
it's
are
only
you
God.
hearing me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it just I'm facing serious network issue to where I'm at, but hope it can be settled soon.
Okay, okay. That's good. And happy Saturday to all our followers. It's great to come on, the master vision to be able to shape our vision, with different values, which we have promised to always discuss on this platform because these things are very critical to our development. They are critical to our betterment as individual as well as professional people. So it's my pleasure coming on, and I just watched the presence of our guests, and I'm looking forward to an exciting conversation where we all can be able to share our ideas, our experiences, and that of some insights we have around the topic habits that shape responsible individuals. Thank you, Miss Kevin, for the time given me. Oh, I've lost those people. All right. So it is what it is. We're back again. We've been here since Wednesday, Friday, and today is the weekend, Saturday. And we are having a very beautiful conversation. I think you guys went off, right? Kevin.
Yes, the one but they are bagging. I think it
Oh,
was okay.
yeah. I request you be a bit audible.
Okay, okay. Am I gonna go down?
Yeah, you have to draw your device closer to you so we can hear you clearly.
It's okay now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you
Okay.
can, the platform is all yours.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So, our followers, good morning, depending on your location this hour. Tonight, welcome to the Myers TV for tonight. Tonight, we'll be discussing on the topic habit that sharpen responsible individuals. I hope if you have been following up for the week on Wednesday, we have this portion about leadership start with you. And on Friday, we have the same. And tonight, we'll be starting with another thing. And leadership starts with you. What next is your habit. You need to sharpen your habit as an individual. So tonight, I made Kebe SF Bala. I'll be serving as your host. Before we proceed with the show, I want our guests for tonight's show to please introduce themselves. Can you please unmute?
Okay, greetings everyone, depending on where you are following us from. My name is Hawa Waimunya, a Liberian studying in Asia. I'm doing a bachelor's in computer application. So I would love to thank the Myers TV family for having me on this platform in order to discuss issues that matters with other panelists. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Howard. On behalf of the Myers TV, thank you for accepting our invitation. Thank you for being here tonight. And we can't wait to hear with you. We can't wait to share your experience with us tonight. So before we proceed, we go to my co-host for tonight for him to please introduce himself to the audience.
I remain Philip J. Dolo, always here to come on live to, have a chit chat with you. And we, like the guest said, right? We kind of share ideas. We kind of discuss topics available so we all can enjoy. We learn together, we grow together, and we develop ourselves together. So I guess we all going to have a great time. And to our followers, we encourage you that you drop your thoughts in the comment section. If there is any, you have a question, just bring on a friend to tell a friend to also bring on a friend so we can have a very incredible session. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now for tonight, we begin the show. What we do daily shaping who we become. Tonight, we will explore the habits that build a responsible individual. So, Miss Howard, tonight, first day before we start, when someone says habit that shaping a responsible individuals, in your own understanding tonight, can you please tell which are these habits that help to sharpen us as an individual to become a responsible individual?
Thank you very much, Madam Kebe. So when we talk about habits that sharpen us as responsible individuals, they are not just limited to the big actions we do in our daily lives, but then even the small or little actions matters. So let's start from defining what a habit is. So when we talk about habits, we are talking about our daily actions, our day-to-day actions we perform in our lives, and then these actions that we perform, they have the ability to shape the kind of individuals we are. That is our character. So these habits have the ability to define who we are in either a positive way or a negative way.
Okay, thank you, Miss Howard. One thing I get from there is it is not the big action that matters, but even the smaller ones that matters because our character defines who we are. So if we work out there, the way we behave out there, we tell people like this person is this one, this person is like this person is like that. So thank you. Another one I want to know, what are the most important habits that young people of nowadays, including us, that we should develop to become a responsible individual?
Okay, so we as young people, there are a lot of habits that we can develop in order to become responsible. So these habits can be number one, self-discipline. Another one can be commitment. Another one can be reflection. So let me start from the self-discipline. So as individuals, our day-to-day activities, our day-to-day actions can define the kind of people we are, like the character. So when we talk about discipline, please, Madam Host and Team Kane, if you permit me, I would love to shape the topic, or I would love to set an example religiously, if you permit me.
Right. Right.
Yes, no issue. You
Okay,
can go ahead.
so much. So okay, from coming from my angle, I grew up in an Islamic home. So as Muslims, there is a habit that we practice consistently. That's observing your 5 daily prayers. So when we talk about this habit, observing your 5 daily prayers, it requires discipline, it requires consistency, it requires
Right.
time management, and all of that. So
Yeah.
you will find out that a Muslim will, let's say a Muslim bus driver is driving from red light to in town on a Friday, or it's 12 p.m. That time is usually scheduled for Juma prayer. And then you will particularly see them, they will park their cars, they will park their vehicles and then go into the mosque to pray. Why are they doing that? It's because they are staying consistent, and then they are committing uh, their time in what
Right.
matters. So as youth of nowadays, what we need to do to develop these responsible habits will be number one. We we need to start, because in everything, whether bad or good, starting is a very important thing. So we need to start with small decisions, because these decisions, once we start, we can be able to be consistent and then do them every day. Another thing we will look at is commitment in whatever you do as a youth, positively though. So we shouldn't go to the negative side. So in whatever you do as a youth, make sure you stay committed. Commitment is very, very key. So I would also love to say something about the commitment. Let's say someone wants to practice a bad habit. They require consistency. They need to
Right.
be committed to these actions in order for the actions to become a part of them. Because of commitment and because of how do you call it, consistency, that's when these actions can be a part of them. That's when people can define them. Once you talk about something, oh, that person, that's their character, because of the small daily actions you do. And another thing that youths can do to become responsible individuals may be self-reflection. So in whatever you do as a youth, make sure that you have time to reflect on your actions, because self-awareness is the beginning of everything. If you want to be successful, if you want to be responsible, you need to reflect on your actions daily. So I'll
Right.
stop there for now.
Wow. That's excellent.
Thank you so much, Miss Awa. One thing I like about you, you gave us to the brain, you brought down to the brains. And in those to the brain, you explain deeply into it. One of them
It is
is self-discipline. Next one is commitment, because first you have to be disciplined. If you are disciplined, then you'll be committed. And after you are committed, then you set to do reflection of all those stages you pass through, bringing you the path. Doing the reflection will make you to realize whether it's taking you forward or backward. I love that tonight. Thank you so much. And another thing I want to know, can you please explain to our audience today to tell us how do daily habits influence our failure, influence our success or failure?
So coming to that, it will drive us back to the consistency and the commitment I talked about earlier. So as I was saying, commitment and consistency is very key in our day-to-day lives. These two things can be able to define our positive habits and the negative habits as well. So this, when we talk about commitment, the commitment I spoke about earlier can be used. Let's take it back to Islam, as I said. So as Muslims, we practice 5 daily prayers, and then this thing starts from self-discipline. We do our 5 daily prayers. Sometimes it's not even convenient for us. Sometimes in a very busy schedule, you have to leave whatever you are doing once it's time. So because that we are committed to this we are so committed in, and then we prioritize the salat in Islam, we can be able to go ahead with in how do you call it, in performing the daily prayer. So in general, this commitment, consistency, time management, and discipline does not only limit us to Islam. These habits can be spread into other aspects of our lives. So let's say positively, our habits can influence our characters, and then our characters can shape our responsibilities as individuals. And then these responsibilities are what shape us in the future, whether positively or negatively. So if you want to build a positive habits as individuals, we need to stick to positive habits. Sorry, let me rephrase that. In order to build positive habits as individual, we need to learn how to manage our time. We need to be self-disciplined. We need to be consistent, and then we need to be committed in whatever we are doing. That will be all for now, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss. I just like the way you are taking it step by step in road. So it means that if you want to maintain certain.
Have we lost Kebe? Miss Kebe, are you here? Miles? Okay, I think we've lost Kebe. So I'm going to take in charge till she returns, Miss Hawa. Would that be okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I like the way you kind of share your insights as well as, making it practical with some of, the life experiences, like coming from the religion side, coming to, like just general people, and which is good enough that we like on this platform that we kind of address the questions, we address the topic, in a practical way. So I would like to do a follow-up question on what you just said to provide more clarity. How can someone replace a bad habits, with a good ones?
So first of all, in order to replace
You
a
are
bad
muted.
habit
You are muted.
no,
I can hear you.
can you hear me now?
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So in order to replace a bad habit with a good one, the number one thing is to start. Once you are starting, you need to start small. So because you are shifting from the negative side to the positive side, consistency matters more than intensity. You need to be focused. After starting small, you need to be focused, and then in this aspect of life, you focus mainly on how you go about it in your day-to-day life, instead of focusing on how big you want to shift the bad habits to the good one. So the next thing you need to consider is that you do not try to replace them totally. Sometimes let's say someone is a drunkard, and then you want to leave the drinking habit. You will not just start and then in the daytime and say, oh, I'm not drinking, I'm stopping alcohol today. It doesn't work like that. You will start small, and then if you used to take let's say a liter of alcohol every day, you will reduce it down to half a liter daily. So as it goes by, after starting small, you keep replacing these actions with the positive ones. You replace the negative actions with the positive actions bit by bit. You keep replacing these actions, and then you don't need to focus on doing it at once, because everything takes time. That's
Exactly.
how it's done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I love the aspect when you say if you want to change from the negative aspect to the positive one, it's not a one-day process. It's not just one time thing. You need to take your time by saying, like for example, you are out there as a help worker, or you want to talk to someone that is like into smoking, and you want to change their life. You want to talk to them. You don't have to use force on them, but you have to start from a smaller process to become one. One thing you have to do, you have to start explaining to them, give them the educational aspect of it for them to be aware. If they are aware, one thing you need to do, you discuss, you tell them, because you in explain the educational aspect, you tell them the courses and what they can do to the body, what it will affect and which segment will it lead them to. From there, the next thing you will do to them, you tell them, say, since it will smoke, taste cigarette a day, just break it down. You try like you doing it. You don't have to just call it at once at that time. So like it as you go by the beach, I mean, before you make up your mind, you see that the person will be smoking one per day. Before you make up your mind, they don't. And before the next time that you hear the person be telling you, I have taken 1 week, I haven't smoked, I have taken this, and like to be consistent in what you're doing, like the person will be committed. So thank you so much, Mr. Do you have anything to add on?
I just like to, just what she said. It's not about the big things we do in a day. It's just about the little things we do, right? So whatever little things we've accomplished, we should be able to give appreciation to ourselves. Now, like you said, you are a jungle, and you know, take in about 10 bottles, for example, 10 bottles a day. And said, no, damn, let me, you know, just forget about it. No, not easy, right? So you can, okay, let me just, drink 9 a day, right? And seeing that within 3 days, you have actually drunken about 9 of those bottles, you have to appreciate yourself, right? Because in 3 days, you were drinking 30 bottles. But now after 3 days, you decided to not drink 10 bottles a day. So that is to say, in 3 days, you'll be drinking 27 bottles, right? So you just kind of look at yourself, you'll be like, yo, Philip, you did a great job, man. Congratulations. So by the time you get to know it, before the week comes to an end, you have actually dropped about 7 bottles, right? And you are left with the amount of 23 bottles. So I thought to say that as you accomplish the little things, just kind of share that appreciation with yourself, right? And then on you get to know it. You're going to drop all those bottles. So thank you, Miss Kevin, for the time, and thank you, Miss Howard, for that live scenario.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, we move further. If you are just joining us, for our followers, welcome to the Miles TV. And tonight we are
Miss
discussing
Howard, can
habits.
you hear out Kevin?
Sorry.
I think I can't hear you guys any longer. I don't know why. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
So
are
I have to
Yes,
getting
we
go
can
off
hear
and come
you.
back on.
okay for our followers. If you are just joining us, welcome to the Miles TV. And tonight we are discussing habits that sharpen responsible individuals. And tonight in studio we have Miss Haramunya, who is studying in India. She is our guest for tonight. So Miss Haramunya, so I want to know why is it difficult for people to break their bad habits? What make it difficult at times?
So one of the reasons it's very difficult for individuals to break the negative habits would be, let's say, comfort. So the bad the bad things are always easier to do than the right things.
I like
So
that
that's
one. The one about comfort. I like that. Comfort. Yeah.
so so as individuals, we we get too comfortable in our bad actions than the right ones. So
Exactly.
let me take it down the practical lane. Let's say I have a beef with someone now, and then instead of settling that beef, I I choose to stay silent. Why? Because at that moment I feel like I'm doing the right thing, and then I feel very comfortable being the big one. I don't want to I don't want to address the issue. I will keep avoiding the issue instead of settling the matter on ground. I will keep avoiding the issue. So this habits, these actions I'm doing can be these actions I'm repeatedly doing can build the habit of how do you call it? Can build the habit of avoidance. So avoidance as a habit is because I'm very comfortable. I choose to avoid the issue, and then even though it gives comfort in a short time, but in the long run, it becomes a very bad habit. It gets difficult to avoid. So number one can be comfort. Number two is because the habit has become too common, so we don't get to notice that it's very bad. Comfort, um, we, the habit has become common, and then comfort.
Like,
Let me stay there.
it actually becomes, something you like doing. You find interest in doing that. If you don't do that in a day, your body, starts to ache you, or your body starts to so you feel uncomfortable doing a bad thing, right? It's a bad habit. Like you said, you want to put it that way. It's a bad habit, right? So you're gonna practice it over time, getting used to you, and you just cannot live without it. So you cannot do it. And someone be like, hey, how are you? You're not going to do this thing. Imagine it's a bad thing. I'm telling you from that. You get mad, right? So I mean, you continue from there. I just like
Is it only me, Mr. Jolo? You're not coming in clear from my end. I don't know if I'm the
Yes,
one.
your voice is breaking in and out.
am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are okay now.
I was only trying to buttress what you said, right? That thing. Now, they don't find themselves doing it, they also feel uncomfortable. And that's the complete. So I was only trying to provide that, thought.
One thing I like Miss Howard said, like comfort. Like sometimes you can be doing something. Don't do it for yourself. You have that type of spirit telling you that what you're doing is bad. But your flesh will feel like it's very comfortable at it. And in your mind you'll be like, think my flesh accept it. Like what she said of beef.
Right.
You'll be like, for example, for three girls, you'll be friendly with someone, you guys do everything together, very common. Like you and the person been friends for years. Just for a slap, misunderstanding. Then you guys decide to beat each other. And everybody see their friend. You can miss each other. That energy you guys were having, that close connection. But your fleshly spirit will be telling you that you're comfortable, like she just think I will not be with alcohol, I will just be like this. But don't deal with me of how you miss the person. So you just feel like the way you say at the time you feel like comfortable at that moment. But if you notice it will be like causing problem. And the problem of course you want to leave, you'll be like you will not have peace. Because like anytime you see the person you'll be like because anytime you see a friend, you have that reflection of the friendship you guys share. You'll be like, there's sometimes most of you guys used to go out together. So if you notice yourself going out now, you don't want to go out alone because you haven't used going out alone. So you see, like, you have trouble. So the only time you need to do is you need to speak out. If you speak out, before you settle that issue. One thing I can tell someone, if you are hurt, one thing you need to do is to sit and settle the matter, because the more time the matter prolongs to be settled, the more time you'll not have peace. So thank you, Miss Howard. To wrap up our show tonight, okay, from my end, I want to know, can you please tell our audience tonight, can small habit really change someone's future?
So, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Just want to talk in, next question, please.
Okay, okay.
As you were speaking, also the example Miss Hawa said, my man ran on to a clip. I don't know if you guys actually watched that clip about 10 years ago, while we were all kids growing up. So that
10
clip,
years ago.
you guys were speaking, right? So in that clip, this Gabriel, what happened is that beside the pool. And before they got to the pool, the rain had fallen. That when the water in the pool, right? So most of your friends, they are not allergic to cold water, unlike him, who is allergic to cold water. And then you see his diving into the pool, they kind of taking their bath, enjoying the weather, but he's allergic to the cold water. So what happened? He took for a longer time. And like, my mind is telling me yes, but my body is telling me no. So within a second, that guy dive into the water, and when he came out, he was kind of shaking. So I just thought that example based on you did.
I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you. You are coming in like you are breaking in. I can't fully hear you. No.
Okay.
No. Okay, okay. All right.
But, oh, oh,
I think you are
that
audible now.
who told you to come on? Babo.
You are audible now, sir.
What's exactly happening? Right. I don't know what's happening.
The
Yeah,
network seems to be bad.
it's bad. So, all right. So let's dive into the environment aspect of the example I
Okay.
was sharing. But did you get me? What I was saying?
Yes, I got a bit of it. Though I didn't get the full story.
Okay. But yeah, it was actually about the environment I was setting that example on. This guy went to the pool along with friends, right? So
Okay.
he is allergic to water, unlike his friends who are not allergic to that. While all his friends enjoyed the pool after the rain had, that dude wanted the pool, but his mouth was like, yes, you can. His mind was telling him, dive into the pool. But his body was saying no, because if you dive into this pool, I'm going to freeze, right? And his mouth don't do that. So lo and behold, he dived in the pool. By the time he got to know it, when it all came out, he was kind of shivering, trembling cold, right? So that has to do with the environment we find ourselves. And I wanted to, throw a question about the environment, but we have the host with us, so she will continue her question, and then I'll come in with that question.
Okay.
Miss Kevin, the question is that
I think you are muted, Miss Kebe.
Okay. Sorry for leaving you
What happened?
guys. Ah, there's some interruption.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Are you getting me?
I can hear you.
Yes. Ah,
Miss, are you getting me?
yes, yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So now we move to the next question. I was
Me, I can
like,
hear you.
oh, did you have to learn? You have to learn the
Okay.
come. Yes. Miss Hawa, I want to know like, can you I want to know, can our small habits really change someone's future?
I can say yes.
Okay, why? Can you just explain to us?
Okay. Our small habits can change the future because they are the habits you are talking about. They are not just done in one day. For something to become a habit, that means it's repeated every single day. It is repeated every single day, and then as individuals, our habits can shape our habits build our characters, and then our characters can shape our responsibilities, and then these responsibilities can define the kind of future we want to build. So as individuals now, this is where we need to be aware of the kind of habits we find ourselves in, whether negative or positive. It has the potential in shaping your entire futures because these things are interrelated. As I said, habit shapes a character, and then character shapes an individual. Character shapes responsibilities of an individual, and then uh, these responsibilities are what can define our future, the kind of future we want to build. Yes, habits can shape our future.
Okay, thank you. For now, welcome back, my co-host. So for now, I'll turn the ball over to my co-host to continue today's discussion. Hello, Mr. Dolo. Okay, welcome, Mr. Myers. Mr. Dolo, are you here?
I'm here, man. The network is kind of freaking bad.
Okay, now I'll turn over to you for you to please continue.
Where am I continuing from?
From the co-host.
The network is bad. Is our guest live with us?
I think she's facing internet problem, so just give her a
Also,
few time.
bro. Man, you have to talk to Airtel and Geo. What's happening?
How you guys doing? Let me say thank you guys. I'm following the show. But like
Woo!
I said, I'm facing serious network issue.
I can't hear you. I
Are
can't
you
hear
getting
you.
me?
I
Are
have
you
to go and
getting me?
come back. I can't hear you. I
Yeah,
have to go and come back. Let me go and
yeah.
come back. Mass?
Yeah, Philip, are you there, my brother?
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why you see. I'm not really coming on because where I'm at, the hotel, the place is somehow bad, the network, so it's not easy. But
Right.
I'm really, yeah, I'm following closely. Uh, Let me say a very big thank you to our guest. Yeah, she's really doing extremely
Yeah.
well, strictly to the point. These are potential people we talked about when it comes to our society today that we need because we look in our surrounding today. There are a lot of habits, most
Mm.
especially negative habits that some of our peers who have been involved into. And these are people we need today that we all can, go on the field there and talk to them that we all can shift, our habits and try to make society better because society as large depend on us. We are the future leaders, and how do you think we're going to be that leaders that we say we are, unless we try to have a positive habit that will enable us to lead other people tomorrow. Last night we were talking about leadership, which of course was very good. Today we're talking about the habits part of it. And I hope
Yeah.
that every one of us here can try to portray a habit that will be able to, help us grow. Like we said, when I tried to read the script today that was sent in the chat room, there are a lot of us Liberians. One of the things we lack when it comes to our reading habits is very, very poor. We don't like to read. We just go on the social media. The social media, I can tell anybody is good and is bad. Sometimes you don't just look at the image there, but also try to look at the writing out there, right? Because they are mostly, you see a lot of interesting writing out there. But a lot of us, we don't create the habit of reading them. We just go there, for a very short time, look at the image, and we are done. And which, of course, is something that we have to work on, Philip. It's something that we have to work on because Liberia now is taking another dimension. And the only way we can catch up with the kind of things that we are seeing Liberia going into, because what I'm mentioning Liberia is because every one of us here are Liberians. So the only way we can try to catch up with this thing, unless we try to create that energy, that kind of habit of reading, research, and other things. You understand me? A lot of us, right? Back home, Liberia, when they ask you what is now, you said now is the name of the present place of things, right? But now you come to India, when they ask you what is now, it's quite different. You don't just come and say the name place. You gotta explain the place. You gotta explain the person. You gotta explain the thing. You have to explain in detail. You gotta explain the kind of places. The kind of things. The kind of people you're talking about. So you see, it makes us now to do most research. So we want to say, like our guests, have said it all, that we have to take positive habits very good because it will help to shift us. Yeah. To catch up with society right now, you have to change your habit. Yeah, if you used to do those bad ones, you have to switch and try to catch up with society. So I would say thank you so much. I've been following, but due to my network here, that's why you see on that journey. But thanks to our guest, Hawa, thank you so much. You really been doing extremely well. We must appreciate it. So thank you, Philip.
Yeah, thank you, Mass. And that was the voice of our CEO of the Mass Television. He's the brain behind this entire thing. Our a very strong gentleman, determined, focused, and he's one person who actually practice this thing called habits, right? Because he believed that if he tend to practice a very good habit, he's going to, turn or become a very responsible individual. So that's our CEO, Bona Dopla Myers. Yeah. So thank you, CEO, for your own words. Why you laugh? Because I cannot say the Dopla.
No,
I mean,
thank
my,
you so
my,
much,
my
Sylvia.
fellow people, yeah, my fellow people is following. Try to pronounce my name right. I don't want to have issue. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not an issue.
How do you pronounce that?
So I'm Bonan Dappler Myers. Yeah, Bonan Dappler Myers is my name. But it's
Oh,
okay, Philip.
no, 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 no. It's not okay. It's not okay. Dapla. You need Mass?
It's okay, Philip. Call it
I
what?
don't want
I'm I'm sure the name itself needs a
to
extra lesson lecturer to to pronounce.
Yeah,
Class to pronounce the name.
That's what I said. Okay, yeah. So Bonat Dappler Myers is my name. Hail from Lima County. The second republic in the Republic of Liberia there. So I'm a
So
proud good man.
it's not, at the end of the day, he's going to complain me to the other guy, and they both will join me and start to beat on me. So I don't
You are
want
not safe.
that.
You are not safe. You need to pronounce that name.
Okay, Dapla, Dapla.
It's okay, my man. It's okay, my man.
I got you. Okay, yes, she comes. All right. So before we go on to the real life scenarios, although you have actually talked about, some life scenarios about this habits thing, which is going to shape us into a better individual or a responsible individual, I would like us to take a look at the parental side. I remember in January we had a talk show about, I think it was our first talk show we had this year, and we talk about children, right? What should children learn by age or before age 10? So all those little things, the parents, be it the dad or the mom, all those little things they kind of teach the children to do in the home or even amongst their friends while away from the home, they now tend to be their habits. And as they practice them, it tends to be their character. And as they go along, it tends to be their identity, right? So I would like us to take a look at the parental side of this entire discussion tonight. So you can share your idea with us, right? Like how parents guide children to build good habits. In what way our parents can be able to guide build good habits? Because here is the thing, most of these youth we see today, you could say a young adult, you could say a teen or whatever. All these things they are doing actually derived from their childhood, right? And as you leave from your childhood, you come to your early teen, and then your late teen, and then you enter into your 20s. People start to call you a young adult. So all those things that were practiced by you came from your parents. So believe that it came from your parents, right? So we want to rechange everything. Like we want to shift everything around. Like parents watching us, or some of our brothers and sisters watching us, what can they say to their parents so their parents can be able to say to the younger ones coming up? Like how can parents guide children to build good habits?
So this decision can be based on the kind of family you grew up in. Like every family has a tradition. The how their day-to-day life revolves in that family. So in general, how can parents how can parents, let's say, influence the habits of their children, right? That was a question. Sorry?
Have that. Let's have that. Yeah, you can go ahead.
What? Oh,
You can
okay,
go ahead.
okay. All right. So as parents, let's say from the beginning, growing up as a child, you are 1 year old. The first thing your parents are going to do is to teach you how to, let's say, to eat. From teaching you how to eat, and then teaching you how to pronounce your first word, they will teach you how to respect your elders when you meet them. And then all of these things, as you grow up, you keep practicing them. It becomes a part of you. It becomes who you are as an individual. So our parents can keep doing these things. Our parents can focus on teaching us, the youth or the younger ones, these positive habits. They should keep teaching them. But on the contrary, again, I would love to say, no matter what they teach us as young people, we are responsible for our own actions. We can be responsible. Our parents might teach us something, but then if we don't, we as youth, if we don't practice what they are teaching us, everything can just be in vain. Whatever they teach us cannot be implemented by us. They cannot be stuck into our minds. So if we can work along with our parents and then follow these positive actions they are teaching us, our minds might be used to the loop. Our minds can be familiar with these positive actions as we grow, and then we can implement them in our day-to-day lives.
Implement or doing as taught while we every arrow. Been taught
I can't hear you, sir.
audible.
You're audible now.
So I was like, let's consider this scenario, right? You were a kid, then you grow into your teenage. Mom and dad taught you how to clean your bedroom, how to make up your bed, how to clean the house, do the dish, kind of do hygiene. Now you have grown from a child to a from a teen to a young adult. What comes in, you have entered into society where you have your own friend. You have to choose your own friend. You are entering a different environment. So many people tend to deviate from what they taught, the traits that have been instilled in them. Once they enter into the larger society, once they start to make new friends, and some of the new friends or friends were not being brought up right there. What happened? You tend to follow bad do. Now, do you think that your upbringing was not right, or do you think that the society or your friends have a very great part in your habit?
So okay, even though an individual cannot grow up in isolation, our peers can, let's say society can influence us, but then we as humans, we have the responsibility to shape these things. Even though society can influence you to do something, but then you have a choice. That's the responsibility of yourself. So you have the responsibility to choose your surrounding. An environment can influence you in a negative way, and then it can also influence you in a positive way. But as a responsible individual, this is where self-awareness comes in. So let's say we are in a surrounding, and then we have friends, and then the kind of friends I make, they they are focused, and then they do their day-to-day activities in the right manner. So because I'm among these set of disciplined people, they have the ability to, like, I can improve myself. That's a responsibility. I can either choose to learn from them or pay deaf ear to whatever they do around me. So the self-awareness matters. Another thing can be how conscious we are around our surroundings before choosing the kind of friends we follow, because they can affect us either positively or negatively. So we need to know what habit does this kind of friend I follow have. We need to be aware of these things. So that's our own responsibility to be aware, because every society has something that is very common. If you are among a set of students that are very disciplined, you may find out that these students study every time. They don't just live any kind of reckless life. So the fact that you are aware of the situation around you, you can be responsible for the actions you follow.
Let's dive straight into our real life scenarios, and then we're going to take on the second half, or that is the third half, and then we climax this entire, conversation for tonight. And it's very in the last part of this conversation. So, encourage us up an ice cream, bottle of water, or coffee, or so you can this. And again, what the question of
Uh, Mr. Blue, we are not getting you. You are coming in broken.
you.
Mr. Dodo, check your network.
Check the network is cracking in and out.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So I was like just encouraging our followers to stay with us. If they do have any questions or comments or whatever cross through their mind, they can use the comment section and share that with us. Miles is going to read through the comment section so that he can bring those comments on the screen or the questions so we all can put together. Because the second half of this entire conversation is going to be more. We have things to do tonight, but in limited time. So we are working with time that we can leave. We can excuse our guests to, leave the platform. With that being said, I would like us to transition to real life scenarios. We're going to talk about three different scenarios tonight. One is social media habit, one is study habit, and the last, which I like the most, is financial habit. Right? So we're going to do it this way. We're going to talk about social media habit. Then we have our host, idea with us, just in. We have Mr. Miles, who's going to share his idea also in 1 minute, right? And on we go. Guys, with
I can't hear you, sir.
Oh, Mr. Blue, you're breaking. We are not hearing you. What did you say, please?
We
now,
keep hearing.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, all right.
Okay,
So
like
let's talk about the first scenario. So we see many people these days, young people spend much hours on their telephone, right? And they kind of wanting to regain their time. They want to have total control of their time. Not many of them are satisfied of being on the phone 24/7, like one of our guests, spoke about last time. We would like to hear your own side of the story, right? Like, how do you think young people can control of their telephone? Because many of them they are addicted to their telephones on different platforms, doing a whole lot of different things on the phone, and they get distracted and not pay attention to things which have values. So, in your mind, what can they do, right, to be able to read total.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part of what you said.
The question is, how can young people regain control of their telephone or their time, especially their time?
This is where discipline come in. As as individuals, we are responsible for our actions. Whatever we do, we are responsible for it. So a young person might take a very long time scrolling through the phone instead of doing something that might benefit them. Scrolling through their phone on social media instead of doing something that might benefit them. So we can start by limiting. There is something on phone that we call screen time. So the amount of time you spend on your phone, you I think you can see it. You can see, oh, I've spent 5% on my phone more than the previous week. So once we keep checking these things, hello, are you getting me?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So once you keep checking your screen time, you will know that this thing I'm doing, I have exceeded the limit of what I should do. So instead of scrolling through your phone, we can shift to learning a new skill. The time you are using to scroll through your phone on a daily basis. So once you remember that I can use it, but this particular time, like this time of the day, like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, to learn a new skill, you should add value. Know that the time you're wasting on the phone, you can use it to add value to yourself. Once we are aware of these things, we can be able to limit the screen time of us in our screens. That's
Thank you. So, one of the solutions you shared with us is that we have to go to the setting of our phone and you type in the screen time. So, once you see the screen time, you see the amount of time you spend on the phone in a week, month. And if I was that, you'd be like, oh, damn, I'm a lot of time on this phone and nothing. You know, like you said, now learning a new skill. Meditating. So guys, just go to setting, check for the screen time, see how many times you're spending on the phone a day, and you have to, if you spend about 10 hours a day, you have to reduce that time, right? But if you're spending
Yes.
10 hours a day on the phone, learning something online instead of you just going through Facebook reels, IG reels, TikTok and stuff. Because people use their phone, many of them don't have laptop or tablet, right? So they use their phone to learn new skills and stuff, to read through papers and things. So if you're using your phone to read through papers and different articles and learn new skills, that's good. But if you're only using your phone to just go on IG, how people do their do, what makeup is in town, see what dress in town. No, you have to reduce that time and shift your attention together. You want to look at this thing called study habit. I believe you are a student, right?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to mimic you.
I'm a student.
So we are all students on the platform, and we have people listening to us who are also, students. So we have this thing common between us. No one here is free from that. We have examination. We have examination just in 3 days. But Miles is taking only
Mm.
1 day to study. Kevin is taking only Kevin is taking only 5 hours to study, right? And I mean, I can safely say that we are going to perform poorly in the exam because you have examination in 1 week and you did not study before the 1 week. But the moment you got in the week of that exam, you just open your book to study. Miles open his Kevin to laptop. Just in class, bro. How are you going to ace your exam? Kevin, how are you going to ace?
That day you define yourself in that test. So, one thing that a young person need to do, we from Africa, especially have exec, like, let me bring it this way. This contract, like the school I'm attending, they have a study room. So, like I tell you, so they're going to try Sunday after service because normally I come in the study room because the Wi-Fi in the study room is very active more than the other Wi-Fi around campus. So when I was coming up, because I'm on ground floor and the study room is on 7th floor, so I was entering the lift. So African students for me, say, well, every time they come in the study room, most of them see me in the study room from 1:30 to like 6 a.m. So they will be like asking me, "Are you doing exam?" I said no. So it sound like because then they ask me, I said, "I'm doing exam with July." I said, "Then you are studying." So when the other girl saw me, she was like, "Oh, Susie, you are, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to study room. I have some studies to do and work to do." She said, "Are you writing exam?" I said, "No." So I said, "What? Why students all wait till they say exam they want to write?" She said, "But why you study every day?" I said, "Because my course I'm doing, I need to read every day. Because every day I go to school, my professor expect that what he taught me yesterday, I should know because sometimes they take it by surprise then." So then she asked me, "What course are you doing?" Yeah, come out. She said, hmm, no wonder. So I was like, while students all wait for exams, they at the end of the day will be like the teachers pay us. So being honest, the bill is very, very or tiny one. That time you are taking to even screen yourself to study for that exam. One thing we will not know, and it affects our health because one thing you don't have proper sleep, you have fatigue in your body, and you screen the brain to the effect because you want to force the dream. But you just think, I'm writing exam in July. Every day I will go and read. Every day I will go and read. You won't tell me enter in that exam one, no question again that you even they say you don't pass on, but that every day reading because the more you read every day with some lesson. So I think me my advice to students are the last net like the host said, don't wait for something to be closer before you start doing it. The process is now. So today they gave you a note. So like that aspect, even me, I was in that category before. You know, my friend used to tell me when I was doing bachelor, that's the same thing. I always want to be studying with everyone. So one time my friend looked at me and told me, he said like, Susie, this thing I mean, is not education. Is it a master thing I want to do? You need to read because it's your professional life, it's your professional field. Because you are not only studying because you want to make or do it, but you are saying that after your program, you're going to live with it because it's something like you're going to do in the future. So it's something you're supposed to look to your fingertip. I used to take it to be a bad thing, but now it's true. Because if you only study for exam, at the end of the day, you are only like going out there to just want to make the grade. But you don't want to read know but that reading you read every day, like if you reading sometimes you put yourself in that subject, you see, if I was in the case, how would I going to solve it? So my advice is students, don't wait for it to be the time, but you should start now.
Niles, I hope you heard that. Niles,
Philip, what did I hear? Philip.
I hope you hear exactly what Susie has said, right? Because you only open your phone when it is 2 hours to the exam. So,
No. Philip,
It's
so
because we
yes,
have
the
to find
thing. Uh,
it. So it's
am I,
just maybe it's
am I
because
audible?
yeah, you're audible.
So here's the thing, Philip. For me, it's just part of me, right? Like, every day I have to study. That's the thing about it. I have to
Also,
study. We found the medical college. You understand it, right? So every day I make sure I
Niles,
study. And we of course,
hello? Niles, hello?
yeah, yeah,
Telling,
Philip.
I'm telling the entire audience that I'm buying on you.
What's the question? I'm not getting you, Philip. You're breaking.
I'm not audible.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, so you tell the entire audience that I'm telling us on you.
No, you're not telling. I'm not trying to bring the public religion. I'm begging. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, mostly it's like that. We from the medical college, no matter what, you have to study. And let me tell you where I gained my study strength from. My dad being a pastor, Philip, I tells you that when I used to get to the church to visit my dad sometimes, my dad sit on his Bible sometimes for 10 to 15 hours. My dad would leave the house early in the morning once he get to the church. My dad, he's reading different materials. Once you visit my dad there, he's trying to give you one of the books to read. Sometimes he asks you questions or you're trying to interact and other thing to text you. So from there, I started gaining my knowledge. Philip, like we said, it's very good. I can tell people, like our guest was saying, being on the social media is two ways. Either it build you or it destroy you. There are some of us, a lot of things that we have learned. Some of these art that we know today, some of these software, other things we know today. It's just through scrolling on Facebook. We see the way people say, okay, once you follow the app, you do certain thing, right? Right away, we try to go on the Google and what have you search and see how best to know some things on it. So there are two things. If you go on the social media, you want to either gain knowledge negatively or positively. Mostly, I'm not a friend of Instagram, which we call IG, but sometimes I visit it. And you know the reason when I get to Instagram, there are a lot of things I learn. There are a lot of people there. I see motivational speakers. Sometimes the motivational speeches are in two phases. Some of it dare you or it destroy you because some of the things they can be talking left to you as an individual. So sometimes I go there and these are things I try to follow the listing, you understand it, right? To strengthen me in certain places of my life. And what happened today? There are a lot of things through the help of our friends that we try to build ourselves on. So all depends the way you do yourself, you as an individual. You understand it? So I can tell any young person coming up a good to study, a good to learn. Before I turn to you, Philip, people I usually ask myself when we are play. So I think when I get married, the woman I'll get married to, we have to play. And you'll be like, you'll be shocked. Why am I saying that? Because when I was in high school, Philip, throughout my life, I've been seriousness. When I was in high school, throughout my life, I've been seriousness, Philip. I try to play. I try to feel the kind of play, the kind of vibe I want to get, but I still can't get it because always trying to put myself and I feel like it is not my era, it is not time yet for me to give up. Like how one of my friends can say, Maya, you always serious. I'm like, Myers is a social person, right? A social life. But the way you people can talk about the socializing thing, for me, I don't really see it like that. You understand me? So I was like, when we I play, because I want to play. Every time it's just about seriously, every time it's just about seriously. Imagine we were small, we started taking a lot of responsibilities, doing a lot of things. We were both busy with school activities, a lot of church activities. We don't have time for ourselves. We come to India again, where my mom was telling me that once you get to university, you're gonna find out woman, you're gonna enjoy yourself, you're gonna do this. All the things I was telling me in high school, I say, yeah, only brand with a flyer. We come to university, that's where we have seen a tough time. We go to school from Monday to Friday, from 9:30 to 4:30. All the time you have a lot of work to do. But Indian men give you one assignment, you get man to say you won't do it, you will do it, or else they will kind of. So you see the kind of things when we are playing. Philip, please tell me that time when we are playing. I need your time to
But
play. That's why I told my TV people I was out there the 2 days. I wanted to hardly play and all that thing, but still I just can't play. You see again, that's some of the things I'm talking about.
Susie,
Mr. Maya,
let me
I, I think, sorry, can I come in?
come.
So this habit of cramming before exams, I think I was guilty of it when I was back home, back in
But
secondary school. Like,
that's still
to God, my dad literally used to flog me to study. Eh, my papa now beat me when I said it. So when I came to India, and then many times when he calls, and then India now, you take exams. I don't know. You do first sessionals, you do second sessionals. Like almost every day, you have exams to write. And then many times, whenever he calls, like, Papa, I'm studying or tomorrow I get there. Like, Mama, are you? Mama, are you? All your tape books. Like, Papa, this level I'm at right now, you don't have to force me to study because I know, like, I know how intense it is on this side. I either need to be serious for myself, or because I don't need anyone to remind me how I need to study. So it happened. Can I say 1 or 2 weeks ago? So I have this course I'm doing, operating system. This course has a lot of notes. It has calculations, and then luckily for me, I started reading when the lady started giving the notes, like the first week. I started reading. So normally for our exams, we do exams 1 per day, but then this semester they did, I don't know, for some reason known to the faculty, they decided to combine our exams. We had operating systems and computer networks. So those from the computer background, they know how buggy these things are. So for me, I felt like I was on the safe side because when the exams were coming closer, I didn't need to focus more on the operating system because I've started studying prior to the exams. Like from the first week, I started studying operating system. So the only thing I needed to focus on now was the computer networks, and then that was how I got safe in the exams. Otherwise, imagine me combining operating systems and then computer network. Like, me save me. So that's it. That's it to every youth out there. You
Sure.
need to.
Let me, yeah, sure. Let me say one thing, Philip. I tell people this is my secret, right? Let me tell you here today. My colleagues always wonder about how Miles manage. I don't write from what teachers gave in the class. I don't write from PPT. I don't write from all those study materials. You know what I do for myself? I agree the teacher teach and other things. Some days, Philip, I've been called to justify my answer then. And I go there to go justify my answers. As a student, I feel like I made my own notes the way in which I understand it. I made my note the way in which I understand it ahead of time. So when you see my phone, I get my own, and you see my PPT in my phone. Myself saying now, I made my note. I do everything on my own the way I understand it. I do my research on different places. Put my note together. And at the end of the day, I'll go to the test. So now you see my own tell we looking contrary from everybody test. Be there, oh, you read this, you read that. I'll be saying something, my colleague will be like, oh, this. I said, listen, me, I don't read from those things that is saying. It's not that I'm condemning the material, right? It's very good, but I try to build myself like, let me try to create a kind of skills, the kind of ideas, right? Where I want to show some differences. Like last semester, one of the instructors called me. I was doing hospital administration. So when I wrote that test, She called me. She said, Miles, I'm not even understanding your paper. I tried marking, I'm not understanding the paper. So can you come to my cabinet so you can try to explain what you read there for me? I went there and I justified my paper. I explained every steps. Right away, the point the teacher gave me said she added up. You understand it? And she said, okay, that's nice. I wanted to see, I want to think I learned from there. And from there, I started because I learned these things right way down from my how you call it, high school day. My teacher usually tell me right the way you understand it right because don't listen. You as a student you have right. There are a lot of us we lack our right that we don't know right. The way in which you grow up, like we're talking tonight about habits, the kind of habit you grow up with, right? The way you feel like when I do these things here, it's going to be good, even though it's not everything, but sometimes when it comes to your academic style, right? If I do these things, it's going to be good for me. Let me try to practice last this thing. You know, science tell anything you practice for 21 days, right? It usually you become a habit, right? So
Sure.
that's how I'm gonna start. And once I go to the exam place, that's how I do it. Sometimes you hear people talking about question pain, this and that. I say I don't go for those things. You be like, Ma, you can study from question pain. I say I don't go for question pains. I study the note what I made, that my note what I made, I can study and what kind of what I can take test. And you know what happened? It shocked my colleagues that I'm not boasting
The
about it,
Maya's
but
PPT.
yeah, it has shocked my colleagues that from first semester to my sixth semester, I haven't had anything like one back paper, and I've been passing with good grades.
That's
So
nice.
it's part of me. Yeah, I'll continue doing it even when I go anywhere. I'll continue doing it. I'll go justify myself. Eh? Yeah. So it just teach you about you having new skills and other things. It help you a lot.
Even to the other end, you still have to justify yourself. I like the way you guys were very practical and you kind of share your insights with us about what's, of all you people talked about your career and thing. I like it because that was the essence of the question, right? How can we practice consistency to be able to meet up, with different tasks given us as, students? Because it's very, very difficult. We have too many subjects, different teachers, and they have different pedagogies when it comes to teaching. How can you be able to cope with those different teaching methodologies, right? And I like the fact you were able to share your insights and your life experience. And Miss Howard talked something about her career. You said computer science, right?
No computer application.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing computer application,
Yes.
right? And I'm doing computer science and engineering. So when you made mention of computer networks and that of computer organization and architecture, Miles and Susie, damn, these two courses, bro, you kill yourself tired, right? These are two very solid courses in the entire computer science and engineering domain, right? Unlike those people who doing BCA, like she said, computer application, and I am doing a computer science and engineering. So you have to go deeper into those two courses. It's very difficult to keep up with, and you have examination. Like she said, they used to have examination one day, one examination a day. For us, we kind of used to two examinations a day, and those critical subjects, the people will, compare them on that very same day. How are you going to ace that exam when you are not studying day in, day out? You only wait for the examination time to study, or you only wait for, like 2 days before you study. So it's good that you are able to share your own ideas and your own life story so we all can learn from it. So we're going to transition to the financial habit, which is very core to this discussion tonight. Like, how can young people spend money every time? The little money they earn, you see, they go to the boutique, they go to the shopping mall, they want to just get the latest, and they just want to fill their stomach. So every penny they earn, they want to spend it. How can young people spend money every time?
I think we lost our co-host. One thing he was talking about, he was discussing on how can we spend our financial, like our finances in our daily life. This is an open discussion. First, before I proceed, I want to hear from Mr. Myers. I want to hear from you. So, if it comes to that financial aspect, how young people spend everything they have, and how can you develop or saving habits in your own perspective? Can you please explain to us as a young person coming up?
Thank you so much, Susie. Thanks to our guests. So this financial habit is something that is very, very good that we all have to talk about. Most especially is when you look at we as students, uh, we want to get engaged in things more than our expenditure, more than what we are receiving from our parents. And at the end of the day, we face a lot of challenges. We try to do, something that is not necessary. If you check today, because of the financial habits issue, a lot of our colleagues today have gotten into illegal things. Most especially when it comes to the study abroad. Because let's take for example, Susie, you have your parents back home. They are able to send you at least $50 in a month, at least for how do we call it? How do we yeah, stopping or what have you, right? So I usually tell somebody, me, I don't know that other thing there, that other thing, and I get idea on it. They can be there laughing and say, that's a good idea about it. But let's go straight there to the point, right? So you have your parents sending, they are able to send you about $50 as a young person coming over, right? Just to keep you up before the month can end. But now you decided that everybody on your posters, everybody in your surrounding places, you want to measure arms with them. And I have lived among colleagues like that, where they're not getting it, let me say, but people, they want to measure arms with people. What happened at the end of the day? You try to put your family under pressure. This financial habit, if you don't discipline yourself to, minimizing your appetite for certain things, it becomes problem for you. You will look at it today to look very common, but even tomorrow at your workplaces and other places, it becomes problem for you today. That's why you see some people today when they get in some systems, they steal, right? Because they kind of appetite they get for their money business, right? They don't want to be content. Contentment is one of the things that we don't want. We don't try to look at our backgrounds. We don't see these things then. We put on high expectation for everything. Yes, indeed, that economic people can say, right? There are things that call your needs and your want. We did economics at every one of us. Right?
Yes, yes,
So
of course.
those things are very, that is very needed for you. These are things you try to go for. And even somebody needs things that people can measure and not even necessary to get at a certain point of time. But yes, still we put on our attitude because we want to measure arms with other people. So I'm going to say, right, in a summary, like we should try to minimize the kind of attitude or kind of habit we put on when it comes to financing. Because when you are not when you don't minimize your financial habits, what happens? You even start cheating your police. A lot of us have become cheaters, right? Because the kind of as soon we see money, there are a lot of us as soon we see money square, our entire culture change. Everything about us change. Our entire mind is shift, and which of course is a very bad practice, right? You should always try to be that person like let these things not be the thing that will move you. Because I'm saying this to say life is about steps. People can say, "Oh, I'll make when I finish with school, when I'll be working, when I'm making 2,000 a year, I'll do the thing." Every time you make higher money, that higher your how you call it your life get, how higher your life get. But now, while you are still a student, you try to minimize your students, expenditure because it will help you a lot. It will build you because tomorrow there are other plane. A lot of us, when you see that, you see the kind of plane we get. But when we can minimize our financial habits, if we cannot go for those things that are essential to us and leave those ones that are not necessary to us, what happens at the end of the day when we try to make a higher money one way? We'll spot it. We'll spot it. We don't have any good thing about it. And you know what happens when you practice that bad financial habits? Society tomorrow, you become polluted in society. People will trust your leadership ability over. They may want money, but they no can get you. You don't see that thing here. As soon as you say, as you fail will be collecting. No, me I can get my money to fill it. Philip is good. He's good at leadership, right? He's very good at other things, but his financial, his financial status. Let me not say financial status, but his financial records, right? It's very bad. So everybody now says, no, that making key people. I don't get anything to you. You see the kind of attitude now become problem. Please, I'm just using Philip as an example, right? Please, my people, Philip is not that kind of person. He's a very nice guy. I trust Philip. Philip, even when I get 1 million today, I'll give it to you to keep.
Woo!
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, now we are running out of time, so we are talking. I'll be a lot in time, so people will talk here. So okay, Mr. Dulu, let's come back to you. If we talk about financial habits, how young people we try to like develop or saving habits.
Okay. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, just know that you have a 1 minute to talk.
Okay, ma'am. I'll do that. I'll do just that. Well, for me, I'm going to talk about what I do on a day-to-day basis, right? So here's the thing. I have a narrow way of receiving money. Cause now I don't earn. So I only get, start paying. So when that money comes, I know exactly how that money comes to me and when that money gets to me. So before that time reaches, before that two persons or one person can say, "What's up? I am." I already know exactly when it drops in my account, I receive the alerts, what to do and what not to do. So that's one thing you should do. Then we have this myth that says, you will have to plan for the money. You talk all kinds of things. You even make notes how to spend the money. Once the money comes in, everything changes. For me, Miles, Susie, and Hawa, that's a myth. Actually, a myth. Before that money comes to me, I've already made a plan. And once the money gets in my account, bro, I tell you no lie, I'm going to do exactly as I have promised myself to do. That's what I do. So do not listen or give attention to that myth we've been growing up with. Money comes, you made a plan, money comes in, and then everything changes. No, that's a myth. It's not a reality. Why? Because you have to be disciplined. That's one thing. Now, again, when the money comes, two things happen. I have two plans, not one. So let me just give a current example. I don't want to talk about the past ones. So Gary said, I've been planning to get how do they call it? An acoustic guitar, right? Because I want to enhance my musical skill. So I've been planning to get an acoustic guitar, and also I've been planning to get another device, which when I kind of write my codes, build my different applications and stuff, I would like it to appear on a B screen. These are two things I plan to do. Then I have to do my food, I have to do my medical insurance. So four things. Then I kind of look at ways. I'm talking about April now, this April with you. So I kind of looking at ways before that money come, how am I going to get food? Because I don't want to spend that money on food. I'm looking for ways how to get food. That's one. Two, the medical insurance. Okay, here it says, for the past 2 months, I haven't, really gotten sick. So do I need to pay the insurance? No, I don't think I have to pay the insurance now. Right? So I've already trashed the insurance, but one thing I'm battling with now is the food. How am I going to get food? But before today ends or tomorrow Sunday ends, I'm going to find ways to get food. Because the money should actually go to my acoustic guitar or the B screen. So that is it, guys. You have to have a plan. Not just one, but you have to have two when the money comes in. Because if you don't, what comes in is that you only plan to get a bottle. By the time you get to know it, the money lands, something else pack up. Then you went and spend the money on that particular thing. So in practical ways, what I'm saying is that I do this thing on a monthly basis. I have two plans always. One is plan A and the other is plan B. So if I want to insert plan C and D, those are things I'm going to find ways to get. I don't reach out to Miles and be like, Miles, this entire April, bro, I'm feeding on you. Truth be told, I reach out to you, bro. I'm feeding on you this month, right? But if I am to get a new site, Like, you're gonna get that shite this month because that money is not going to go on shite. Now go on food. That's how I do my guys. So I just want to vulnerable and share with you how I kind of manage the low money I receive. That's how it is. Yeah.
Okay, to our guest, Miss Howard. So come to you. We come to the financial aspect. How will young people need to develop or saving habits?
So before I come to the answer of to the question, I'll have to say I think financial saving habit is something we as international students we get to learn. They won't tell you to to learn how to save. Imagine, okay, there was a time we last year June. So my friends and I we got into a situation. So my friend got sick, and then the school we are in now we but then we had issues with our health insurance and all, and then we went to the hospital. So when we got there, you like they asked us to pay 700 rupees. So they asked us to pay the 700 rupees, but being that every one of us that were there, I didn't have the money. The sick patient didn't have the money, like none of us had the money. So from that moment, and then it was at night around 12 a.m. We we had to rush her down to the hospital. But being that we didn't have the 700, and then the school administration was not picking up our calls in order to communicate with the hospital management to let them know that we are international students. We have health insurance. So that at that moment, I was I was staying with a sick patient, and then I called my roommate. No one had the 700 rupees. So from that day, from that particular moment, that's when I got to know that it's very important to save, no matter how little it is. Even if it's 1 rupees, if if my dad can send me 2 rupees every month, once I'm eating 1 rupees, I will know that the other 1 rupees are my forsake, my friend my forsake. So I need to save that 1 rupees just in case situations like this arises. So to sum it up all, as young individuals, we if there's one thing we really need to work on is how we budget. That's a skill no one is going to teach you how to learn. You need to budget. Budgeting is very key. So I'll just end it up like that. We need to learn how to budget.
Okay, so just wrap it up. Like one thing, how I said we need to budget. One of my postmates always tell me that Susie, what you are doing calculations, you are doing calculations. Like Mr. Dollar said, if you check my phone, no pa. Every day I have listing. The moment when I'm expecting Stapio, I'm not expecting Stapio. I have my listing. That the
Wow.
moment Stapi come, knowingly or unknowingly, I already have what to buy on my list. Maybe sometimes Stapi will be there. Someone will say, "Oh, I just need something to be there." I already know what is on my list to buy. Like what how I said, sometimes we need to save because it may not go not for you, but for someone side that will be needed urgently. Like she's saying budgeting. And before it is same that Stapi, I have finished facing my listing. That's the reason anytime I go back to the supermarket, I don't show that people away because I want to do the process of those things to attach them. If I'm doing my calculation, then you know, to do my calculation, then to know how much I will deduct from the money, or what's supposed to buy, what not supposed to buy. You know, we just have to do it because even if there are 500 rupees, make sure that you have it. Like as for international students, don't go out totally with totally like you should be able to manage yourself in a way that you save that money in a way that before the next one come, you already know how to sustain yourself. Because if you don't do it in that way, like the moment you get stranded, no one come to you. Like bro also say 0 week, a 0 week knock you, it will knock you. It can't really sing whether you international or you national student. So saving habit, you don't need to go to school because if you don't learn how to save now, one thing in economics is says skills of preference. You may have your budget, but one thing you need to know what is key you need to buy at that time. You may have many things to buy. You know, when we came twice 2021 in India, You know, some children used to see them every time I was university gates, they'll be like ordering, you know, like ordering. So sometimes, you know, I'm not used to this stuff. So,
They've got all of the apps on their phone. James,
so one time I was having a vacation with my first time ordering. That day they called me for my dress. I went to pay. So I saw one of my classmates, like she was ordering like they took out the first one, second packet, third packet. It was just like on top. So I asked her, where you carry all those? She said, I said, you ever order all those? She said, no. I said, really? So I think I said, a bunch of clothes if you're going, you really think it will cross that airport? Because it's just for me and you call it is part of beg. Because every time you bring it, so one time one of my friends asked me, so, oh, Susie, since you come to India, how many things have you bought since you come to India? I told the person, I said, most of my clothes I have is from Liberia. Because I live back home because I feel like if I'm going back home, I'm not carrying those things. And even if you want to go back tomorrow, you will still want to buy new things. You say if you go Liberia, you won't wear those new things. So, like sometimes you be like, I can be thankful for those that have 2 to 3 sponsors. Me in India, I get 2 to 3 sponsors. My bank account Rodi, it will know because some people, you know, like I can tell someone if you want for your sponsors to help you, even if it comes, you want like if you graduate, you want to go in another country, you have to take the bold step. Like for me, my procedure I follow. If I want to do something that I said, like for example, I said, okay, next year if I graduate, I already have my plans. I know people will help me, but me supposed to take the first step before these people come in. In a sense, like if I want to do a process, okay, like for example, I want to do a process for another country. I should not be calling people to tell them to do my document process. I should be done. Like even my India process, typical example, the only time my parents knew that I was doing a process to travel when I was about to go for visa. That's the time my family knew that I was on process to travel. It was that time that my family was so motivated to support me because I have done 95% of the work. So how it come about is the way you play, the way you see it. Because my uncle was like, how? Where you get this money? And by that time when I was in Cotton, I was doing 1 or 2 things. So I was insisting most of those PhD used to come in the country to do their research. So someone used to tap me on to help them do their research to go. And so sometimes I go, I take it, I keep it. I'm not doing nothing. They're feeding me. So that plenty money, I keep keeping. So when my process came, all those money I was saving, that's how I want to do my process. The only time my parents knew when because by that time like was in offering in their visa, you need to go Africa was the time they get to know I was on a process to leave the country. So you don't need to say you have to have a position before you see it. If you're looking at tithe in the church, you say you have to be earning lots of money before you pay tithe. No, the little you have, you can pay. So it start like how I said today. It start with small. You start with the smallest step before going to the bigger one. So our audience, thank you for tonight. Now we are about to climax tonight's show. Before climaxing, I want to take a parting statement for our panelists, our co-host, and our host tonight. Then climax for tonight. So now, Mr. Myers, I give you 5 seconds to give your parting statement tonight to our people because we are out of time. It's now 12:15. 5 seconds. I'm watching. Your time start now.
Okay, so my parting statement is practice a good habit and you'll be a good leaders in society. Thank you so much and God bless you.
you went 12 seconds. You went 12 seconds.
Okay, Mr. Dolo, your time start now. Your parting statement.
Oh, how many minutes you gave to me now? How many minutes?
5 seconds. Your time going.
All right. So it was good having you on tonight. We meet again next week. We have an interesting episodes coming up next week, line up for you. And thanks to our incredible guest, you were very excellent in all of the answers. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay, back to our guest. Sorry, but you have 5 seconds for your parting statement.
Wow. I suggest
Okay,
that she just
so okay, to
yes.
our viewers, as the topic today was habits that habits that sharpen our habits that sharpen us as responsible individuals. So we need to reflect that our habits can shape our characters, and then our characters can shape us in a responsible way, and then these responsibilities can sharpen our future. So in order to build the kind of future we want, we need to the question we should ask ourselves is not how big can I start. It's this one. We should reflect on how our small actions, from accountability, from consistency, being intentional, all of these small habits, once they are practiced and then put into use, can help us to build a better future. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. To our audience tonight, thank you for following our show. Thank you for being.
Bala, we gave you 1 second.
No problem, sir. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you. Like today, our topic was our habits, sharpen you to be a responsible leader. My advice to you tonight is your habit may seem small today, but don't forget that they shape your life over time. So thank you to our guest, Ms. Hawamuya. Thank you for accepting our invitation. And thank you to Maya Steven. Thank you to our followers. If you want to try replay over the week till Wednesday. We will be back Wednesday for another amazing life. So thank you. Have an amazing Easter Sunday. Go to church tomorrow. Have a time. Bye.
Not go to church. Myers do not go to church. Bye.